are back with something new. I am one of your hosts, Amber Solaris, and welcome to the first ever season of Reign of Pain, where we dive into the edges of desire, thrill of endurance, with the art of sadomasochism and pain-related play. So, this is your space to explore, educate, power. Whether you're a seasoned player or you're just beginning your journey into this form of play. So pain play isn't just about sensation, it's about that sense of trust and connection and really transformation. Every episode here will shed light on different techniques, different explorations, journey. Of course, we'll talk about the safety stuff and the inner worlds of people who embrace the sting, the thud, and the different sensations while they surrender to seeing stars. So step into the night and embrace the unknown and find your own version of the Reign of Pain. And of course, as always, a little bit of a content warning. This is listener discretion advised. There is a content warning for potentially distressing topics. We will be discussing a multitude of adult-only topics here, and so you are encouraged to consider your own capacity before continuing.
Hey, amazing humans! Welcome to the Reign of Pain, Season 4. We are really excited to have you. I have the incredible Meebs or Mask of Sanity in my dungeon with me today. And before I let them take the floor, I just want to remind you that we still have scholarship tickets. If you don't have one, I don't know what you're doing with your life. We have an epic list of presenters going up. We keep dropping them. We hope that you are getting excited because we are. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a different type of pain with Meebs. But firstly, Meebs, welcome! Welcome back. Lovely to have you.
I'm so happy to be back, and I cannot believe that I was sitting in the car a couple of days before Solaris posted that picture on Fet about guess the next thing, and I go to Carl, I'm like, Rain of Blood should do fucking Rain of Pain because it rhymes and it's so cute. And then Solaris posted that thing and was like, what could it be? And I go, it's Rain of Pain. And they said, you've been paying attention. And I go, what the fuck? Because I was just messing around. And then when you guys announced it, I was like, yes, my little smarter sadomasochist heart exploded. I was so happy to see that, because I was like, they got to do something like related to that, because it just opens everything up. Like, just,
yeah, and
I was like jumping up and down. I was like, I fucking called it.
I think as a sadomasochist, I think the term masochist for me is so difficult to show up in this community and own the term masochist. It has such a legacy, if I want to use the word, but
Yes.
the pictures of masochism and what you see as masochism are so fucking intense that it took me a couple of years to be able to say, yes, I am a masochist. And I think we need to dispel that myth a little bit. Like, I don't think you need to have the dark bruises or the complete destruction to prove your masochism. No. I think it's okay to like a little bit of pain and to like playing with it. So hopefully the event will bring some clarity to some others who are battling with it, because it was a while before I was super keen to show up and own my masochism. My sadism was easier to own.
I was the opposite. My sadism, it took me a while for my my masochism has always been something that I've had, even when I first started in the scene, even as I came in as a submissive, and then I was always sort of in that masochism sort of thing. I love pain and I like receiving it, and then I kind of like I like to say I evolved like a Pokemon, and then
I love that.
someone I don't even know what it was. I guess like the best, like I don't want to say the best, but like it's always interesting to me seeing people come through, and it's like you see them and they're this little sub come in, and or like even with my experience too, like this little sub comes in, they're like 18 years old and they're like, oh, shiny, brand new, and then they play around with the pain stuff and they're like, oh yeah, and then you give them a toy and you go, hit this person with, or like someone will go, hit me with it, and you just see that switch flip. And that was what it was like for me. Somebody just was like, hey, you want to hit me? And I said, okay. And then I did it and I was like, oh, okay. Well, that makes sense as to why when I told my dad that I was into kink, because I was very close with my dad. He passed away in 2012. I was really close with my dad, so he knew everything about me. And then he was one of the first people that I told about my interest in BDSM. And his response was, well, your mother was a bit of a sadist. And I go, what does that mean? You freak? Nah. Actually, I'm pretty sure I said that to him because I would never say that to anybody else, but to him I would. And then I just had this like flashback until when I was like 15 years old, and two of his friends are like shoving a needle and piercing his nip knot on the couch just for fun. So I'm just like, actually, that tracks that that, you know, I kind of went away from the whole submissive side of DS and went more into the masochism side of it. And yes, I am submissive to Mr. H, but I'm not a submissive. And he is great because he's also a sadist, so he checks those boxes for me, and then I seek out people who are masochists to get my sadism fix filled. And there are plenty of wonderful people in Perth that allow me the honor of providing that service, and it makes my little saddest heart so happy to be able to like facilitate that with them. So, and also like just meet people and talk about the stuff that I like, because you often kind of see it's mostly men doing it. You don't you don't see a lot of femme presenting or gender diverse people participating in that. And I was lucky enough to have someone in my life who was a cis woman who is a sadist, and so she opened up a lot of windows and doors to that for me. So I like to sort of pass that stuff on to new people coming in who might want to not watch.
You touched on an interesting topic there. I was speaking to Ancilla, and I found it really interesting just listening to the diversity in cultures. But my culture at home when I joined the community was very cis het white male, who was
Yeah.
truly dom.
As well, me and my friend like to joke, man, dom, woman, sub.
100%.
It's not like
And
that
it
at
was
all,
like
but we love to say that. It's just funny.
there were pages of them, and they were so fraught in their own masculinity that they were scared of themselves. And I'm a switch. Like I want to play on both sides. I want you to fuck me up, and then I want to turn around and fuck you up back. Like it's something that, you know, and it's something that's going to happen the whole way through the play. It's not something that I can play the role of a mistress, and I can do it very well, and I love doing it. But I truly adore being a switch and being able to flip both sides. And it's also something that's given me great creativity in my topping, is to know what it feels like from a bottom perspective. And I think these manly men just lose out on a whole bunch. But the whole dating a sadist is an interesting topic, because, like, first of all, where do you go? Because you know, I'm a sadomasochist on Tinder, gets you some very interesting responses. Fat life is as dry as hell, because you've got to weed through the 500 doms that relate to being a sadist.
Yeah.
And even our local swingers group like just doesn't get it. So it's harder being a switch and trying to find a partner to play with you like that, because finding a guy that can actually admit that they are able to bottom for pain is a rarity. I think women handle pain a lot better than men handle
I
pain.
think so too. There's nothing that brings me more joy than running a workshop on whatever the case. For example, one is electro, and having, I think I may have said this to you before, of having these big old beefcake, muscular, domly dom, I'm the boss dudes, and then you zap them and they scream like a little girl. And then there's me with my red hair and my quirky outfits and my tons of makeup going like, because it's just, that's my kink. Making
So for my
men
for my
scream.
listeners, for my listeners, like every time I think of Meebs, I think of this little chaos gremlin, like the
I
Pokemon
am a
chaos
chaos
gremlin.
gremlin, yeah.
Yeah, I think of this little
Yeah.
chaos gremlin, this little like satanic
Uh,
force that always has a beautiful smile.
oh, thank
She's got
you.
the most beautiful red hair, and like that's my lasting image of you. They are just naughty.
Yes,
They just have this
I
naughty look on
am.
their face
If you
all the time.
never, ever, ever speak to Mr. H, because he will spill all my secrets about how the rope menace and just a general menace I am to society, to his society.
I think we have to get Mr. H on for the next interview so that
No!
we can delve deep into the secrets of
uh,
me. Means you
I don't.
coming to,
I think
you
he would take
coming
that to the grave, honestly, because I would just look at him and he'd go, "Oh, actually, I changed my mind."
I should kitten magic him and see if we can get some of his secrets from him. Means you coming to teach a really cool class. It's something that I
I
absolutely
am.
adore. So it's very close to my
Mhm.
heart. So tell me a little bit about your love for this sport.
For
Because it
this
is a sport.
sport, I mean, it is a sport. I get very tired, so I guess it is a
Right?
sport. Yeah, it is a sport. So I'm coming in to run one of my favorite workshops that I get to run. I've This will be my fourth one, which is bastonado. Um, and I'm very excited because as a masochist, I love I love bastonado, and then also as a sadist, I love it too. So it's like I get to play both sides with it. And for those that don't know, bastonado is feet caning or whipping feet, but I kind of cover a lot of fun toys that you can use. You don't have to just box yourself into canes and that. You can really mind fuck people with a peg and a riding crop.
I
The
think
biggest
just yeah, I think you
sorry, what was
just
that?
to stop you right there. I think the thing with bastonado is it's not outdated. It
No.
is a debilitating of note, so it is an intense pain experience if you want it to
Mhm.
be, or you can
Of
calibrate it,
course.
or you can
Yes.
calibrate it to be actually quite fun. But it is
Yes.
just a whole different ball game when you're playing at the other end of somebody and you're in control of something that they need to use every day for
Exactly. That's
support.
the biggest thing about that I always talk about when I do my bastonado workshop is that not only is it a sadism and masochism umbrella, but it's also a psychological domination thing
Very
because
much.
you are taking away some potentially um, if you want to, take away someone's ability to walk. And we need to be able to walk and to stand to get around. And the feet are very tough, but they're also very delicate. So I always cover a lot of safety regarding it and where to hit, where not to hit. And look, mistakes happen. We won't talk about what happened to me recently with a riding crop in my poor toes. But maybe I'll talk about it in the workshop. That's a little teaser for people. um, But yeah, it's there's a lot of elements to the psychological side of things too, which I also like to do. I like, excuse me, I just, oh my God, I like a little bit of mind fuck here and there, and restraining someone, and that, or without restraints or with restraints, you know, having someone there, putting them into such a vulnerable position as you're going to town with whatever implements you want to use on their feet, and you're taking away that ability to walk potentially, is pretty
It's
can
hard.
be a bit
It's hard.
yeah, it can be pretty like overwhelming, I would say. But then I have people that fall asleep during it, so like I don't know, like for me it puts me in a very vulnerable position. And then when I do it as a top and I have my friend drooling and sleeping on the floor, I'm like, what the actual fuck is going on here? So yeah, so that's what I'm bringing to Reign of Pain, and I'm so excited to do that because bastonado is, yeah, one of my faves. It is one of my special interests.
I love foot torture. I think the whole idea of, at the moment, torturing the extremities are on my bucket list. So I'm obsessed with playing with faces. Like I just want to stick my fist in everyone's mouth. Like I was looking at the guy at the petrol station yesterday when I was paying for my thing and thinking, fuck, my whole hand could fit in your mouth. That is all I could think of while he was like 69.99, and I was like, sorry, what? So I
I
think
get the fist thing because like at the moment my thing is being punched. I'm like obsessed. Like all I want to do is either punch people or be punched. Yeah, that's just something that's been. I'm just like, I just want to find someone that will punch me and let me punch them back. Let's just fight in the car park somewhere. Just bare knuckle it. Like, no, let's not do it in a car park. Let's do it in the privacy of our own home. Let's not encourage play, please. I
I
take
love
that back.
that.
But yeah, no, that's yeah, that. So I get what you're saying with that. The
Oh,
feet,
I
the fist stuff.
got to
Oh, I
slap a
love slapping.
swinger. Oh my God, it's hot. Fuck, that is so hot. I got to slap a swinger and he looked overjoyed and he was like so turned on by it, and it just ticked all my fucking boxes. It's opened a whole catalyst of violent face play. And now I'm like,
Being slapped with a hood over your head is the most discombobulating, intense, amazing thing. And I experienced that. I have enjoyed face slapping for a really long time, consensually. I have been face slapped non-consensually, and that's not okay. But consensually. But I experienced it with a hood on for the first time not long ago, and that because you don't know it's coming. You have no idea it's coming. And I was just like, the bitch was stunned. The bitch was stunned. And I was just like, oh, okay. It took me a couple of seconds to really like come back. Well, because the hood immediately was like, I was in space. And then the slap kind of brought me back, but then it kind of made me lose my brain just fell out of my ears, sort of thing, I think, or just out of my mouth. It's just my brain's just coming out of everywhere. But yes, no, that is very. If you can experience that, it's pretty consensually. It's very
oh,
nice.
it's hot there. I'm sorry, it's so hot. I got back. I've been doing an event up country, and we did a 3-day expo. And geez, I came
I know.
back
How
like,
was that? Was that good?
it was wild.
Yeah.
It was a very vanilla market. So my two
Mm.
reflections on it is, geez, I've got old and technical. I need to
I
have some
love that.
more fun, and
Yes.
I need to find a way to connect kink and sex again, a little bit.
Hmm.
I need it to be, there are so many things that are a fucking turn on. I need to be doing those things. Like I need to,
Hmm.
I've got a bit stuck in and a bit gatekeepers, I think. Like it really just allowed me to let my hair down a little bit, and I got to play with my
That's
switchy
good.
sister and have some wild, sort of more sensual scenes than hardcore stuff. Because I think
Yes.
and then just so interesting to see. we get to communicate on these platforms, and it's international, and we have this really great community, but our community is a percentage of what reality is out there. And I think there is still an enormous amount of vanilla humans who have no idea and have an intense fear of BDSM. Like, a lot of the reactions walking into the dungeon space were ones of complete fear. Like, when I walked up to people carrying my cane, they were fucking scared of me, and it was something that was it was a weird reaction. So just telling, just being able to show that there is a calibration across the kinks, and I think we get to play on an extreme side, and sometimes it's good to come back and play at the start and decide why you're doing it again. So
I think a lot of people think that I think a lot of people have that porn idea of what kink is, or that like very extreme idea of what kink is. And like, even though I probably fall on, I like to stab myself, I like to stab people, I like to beat people, I like to bleed, but I think there's some beautiful aspects that don't get talked about in the things of like the sensual side of kink, and like the sensory side of kink, which I also very thoroughly enjoy. I love sensory play, and you don't have to be this hardcore leather-clad, latex-clad mistress if you don't want to be. You can just be in a frilly skirt and and run a feather over somebody. It's still beautiful. It's it's a spectrum. That's what it is. It's a spectrum.
I think that's it. I think exactly it. I think I came back with a reminder that kink is a spectrum, and that we need to be embracing all of it. And sometimes going back to your roots is an experience that needs to happen. So and just remembering that it's personal, not perfect. And
absolutely, I like that.
Had some fucking epic experiences. Just nice to be in a different space and a different vibe, and work for a club they called Fetish Haven. So I'm going to give them a big shout out, because if anybody is in South Africa and looking for a space to play, Fetish Haven is the place to go, and it's run by Mistress Cleo, who is our oldest dominatrix in South Africa, and just an incredible human. She's she started the club in a time where it wasn't socially acceptable to be anything but a cis white het man and a subservient woman in our community. So to see her breaking stereotypes has been incredible over the years. She's got an incredible cross-dresser selection, and Laura's closet, where people can go get dressed up and
I love that.
Turned out, and it's incredible. It's incredible to see the joy that she brings to other people there.
That's amazing.
Just to spend time with her was it's always special. She's just an incredible woman who's done incredible things from a place of huge disadvantage in our community. And then the other thing that I would say was just to see the fucking diversity that she brings to the floor in her spaces, from queer to color to social wealth to it's just diverse. And it's the first space that I've participated in my country where race, age, color, sexual orientation really fucking doesn't matter. There was an equality about it that I think we so lack down here, and we are so we fall short so many times. I think I've met more colored players in the last 2 weeks at this event than I've met in the last 10 years in my own community.
Wow.
So that was really special, and just to see their acceptance of me in the space was fucking awesome. Really awesome, because we're not offering the same thing here. So so lots of learnings, mostly that I'm old and frigid and that I need to lighten the fuck up. But I need to have some fun, so I'm going to do that. That's my goal
That's
for
good.
2025. Is let's make kink fun again. Let's find
Yes,
the
let's make kink fun again. I'm
yeah.
down for that.
Let's make it sexy,
Yes.
and let's make everything about pleasure, even if you reach it through pain. So that's my goal.
Yes. I
But
like that
yeah,
2025 goal.
yeah. But
Mine's just to survive.
I did that this year, and I have to tell you, like I've managed. Look, I'm still alive. I'm here. You can see that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a
I
long,
can
hard. It's been
see.
a long, hard year, and I think
And
maybe
you've worked so hard too, just with
setting a better
all of
goal.
you have, just the Rain of Blood team, and that all of you guys have made this. I can't even. I sit here and I just go, damn, I'm bloody lucky that I don't even know how I found you. I honestly don't, because I think
Chaos,
maybe I was just looking for virtual events, and when I
chaos,
saw Rain of Blood,
chaos attracts chaos.
I was just, yeah, I think so. I think we just magnetize to each other. Maybe it was just, I was just like, I want to look at virtual events on FET, and maybe that's how I found you. I don't even know, or maybe one of my contacts, because I have a lot of friends, a lot of international friends. Maybe one of them just said that they were going to your event, and it just popped up on my feed, and I saw that, and I was like, holy shit, I need to go to this event. And now I was with you for Nightfall, and now I'm here with you again for Reign of Pain. And I just sit here and I'm just like,
And
I'm so lucky.
I'm gonna twist your arm and have you come back for Rain of Sparks as well, and do some
Rain
crazy
of
electro.
Sparks.
Rain of Sparks. So
I'm here for Rain of Sparks. I'll have to repair my power tripper though. I think I might just have to go buy a new one.
I
It's
love
gonna
how we
ski.
encourage bad shopping habits between friends.
I mean, I could just go and do that. I've got to buy the vampire paddles from the beautiful, oh gosh, I don't even want to say their name because I'm botch it. The beautiful French vendor that was here for Nightfall.
Yes, I'm not going
Um,
to say their name either. I'm
no,
not going to say it because I
I
think I've
was
botched it
I
already.
was
Like,
talking to them on Discord, and they're just so beautiful, and I have a couple in my cart ready to go, so that will be the next thing. But yes, I think I'm here for Rain of Sparks. That's cool. That's
so you have
cool.
to, it's
For
you haven't
electro,
dropped
that
it. You
sounds like
haven't dropped
electro related, maybe.
totally electro, everything electro.
Eh,
Field
will you
telephones.
bust out the field phone for us?
Yeah, I'm going to. It's
No,
coming up.
I'll
It's
be
coming.
like, we don't even live in the same country. I'll be watching that, and I'll be fucking out the door down the street. I'll be like, can't even look at this thing. Like, I'm so scared of them. But at the same time, I want one so bad as well. I'm just terrified. Sadistica, damn you. Like,
The cupboard of death. My
the
cupboard of
cupboard of
death.
death. We love the cupboard of death, the ghost
It makes
cupboard,
me
the
nervous
haunted
because
cupboard.
I'm basically
We talked about
scratching.
this last time. Why don't we always circle back to the cupboard of death? That's so funny. But yes, no, I'm here for. I actually have a shirt specifically that would be wonderful for Rain of Sparks that says "Self-confessed Electro Hall."
I love
That shirt
that. That's such a good
shirt
idea
has been
for
in the
merch.
cupboard. It has been retired. But it will come out of retirement for that because I kind of got a little burnt out with electro, but I'm slowly getting back into
Burnt
that.
out with electro.
Slowly getting back to it. And finding that love again because I love electro so much, and I just got to get that little bit of love back.
So
But
that's an interesting topic as well. Like I think this year for me has been a lot of educational scenes, a lot of stuff that I've done for science. And so I haven't got to
yes,
and getting we film fetish porn for 3 months of the year, which hard job. Somebody's got to do it. So we started our filming, and it's been such a long break since I've been able to be completely wild and creative. And then like picking up the kinks that I got tired of, and you do get tired of stuff. It becomes too much, and like wax was
yeah.
one of them.
When you're doing it all the time, when you're doing workshops on it all the time, and you're like doing service hopping on it all the time, you kind of lose that. little things. So
The
it's
wax
coming
was
back
like
though.
that for me. Wax was something that
Mm.
I got to a point of like, oh fuck, lie down. I'll just throw some wax on you. It really doesn't have much appeal. Like I really, and then I waxed my Switchy sister last week, and I entombed her entire body and her face. I covered the entire human being in
Oh,
wax,
oh,
and
is that the mummification one?
yeah, fucking I
Yes.
watched her suffer underneath that. I watched the wax tighten over her. I watched her battle to breathe. She could breathe. There was no at any
Yes,
stage
of
was she
course.
gonna die, but it was hard for her. I watched her
Oh, I
chest
bet.
heave. I
I
watched her
bet. That's
toes
amazing.
try and curl underneath that wax. It was so fucking hot. I
Oh,
was dripping. I was like, this is it for me. Wax has not been this hot in fucking years. All I want to do is leave
yes.
you in there and watch you suffer. It was so cool.
Mr. H isn't even here. That's my partner. He's not even here, but I know for a fact that he's at work going, "Yay, wax love." He would know. His little head would be, his little ears would be like, "Oh, they're talking about wax." Because wax is his jam. So if you want to see
I hate
beautiful
it. I
wax
hate it
stuff,
because it's
he's the
like the
person to talk.
glitter. It's like glitter for the
Oh my God,
kinky.
we haven't done wax in our house since 2020, and there is still wax in our, well, we have carpet, so, but there's still wax in our carpet. And then we did a workshop with our people that we love them. Shout out to the wonderful team at Ignition Perth. That's who we facilitate a lot of workshops with, and we dextered an entire room for a wax workshop that did both pillars and paws. So Mr. H's jam is pillars, and our lovely the captain is our paw expert. And so we had one half of the room thing, and we dextered that entire room, and that room was cleaner than it was when we arrived. When we left, there was not one bit of wax anywhere. And I'm just like, how the hell did we manage this? But gosh, that was such a fun workshop. Such a fun workshop. And that will be coming again. And Mr. H is working on his candles. So
Nice.
um, getting
Yeah,
all those
I
ready to
haven't
go.
seen I
So
haven't seen wax as sexy for ages. Like I really
oh,
haven't. I have to tell you, I now see wax as sexy again. So I have some very good ideas, but the idea of waxing somebody's face just ticks my boxes. Like I said
I
in the
can't wait to
beginning,
tell him about
slightly
that.
obsessed with
We'll go
all the
straight into that.
extremities. So head, feet, hands, anything
Yeah.
that I can do to torture those parts of your body at the moment. So your bastinado falls into that.
Mm-hmm.
Um
If you
yeah,
want
so
to see
back
a really lovely wax, like wax is sexy, but also just like a very joyous moment, there is a picture on my fet of the captain doing my ever first wax paw, and he's got his hand just like gently placed on my throat. No, no, like just gently. And that just makes me into a puddle anyway, just gently as well. And then he's just pouring it over my titties. And I've just got this giganto smile on my face. And it was just like, I couldn't have asked for a better person to do that with for the first time than him. Like, oh, what a gem. But yes, that's that was probably one of my favorite pictures from that event, was the one that got taken of me and him doing that. But and then obviously one of Mr. H and I's arms just glowing like a galaxy as well. That's so nice. But yeah, it's so lovely to have like stuff that you share with your partner like that. So I was so proud of him because he worked. I will say though, I did the PowerPoint presentation for that workshop. I will take the credit for that, because he is a very hard worker and he just did not have the time to do that. So I take the credit for the PowerPoint presentation, but it was all of his knowledge and expertise, as well as the captain's knowledge and expertise that helped me be able to write that. But I have sat in on Mr. H's wax workshops many times, so it's all kind of in the memory banks there. But yes, no, that was a really fun workshop to write, because it was like, it's not one that I'm running, but it's so pretty. All the pictures are so pretty. So that was fun. But yeah, I'll take the credit for that.
We'll give you the credit for that. I definitely think it's always a team that puts everything together. I'm very grateful for that.
Absolutely. And shout out to all the people that bloody helped us dex to that room, and all the people that helped us pack up afterwards, and just everybody was just so great there, because we were like, you can't leave the wax room unless you've got the booties on, and I'm like, like put your fucking boots on. and everybody was just so good, and everyone went home with candles, and then everyone's like, when's the next one happening? When's the next one coming? When's the next one coming? So I think that's coming next year. But yeah, that's such a big job, that workshop. It ain't like a bastinado workshop where you just come in and you fucking set your PowerPoint up and you set your little stations up with your canes and all your little implements, and then you go, hi. No. And then you pack up and you go home. No, it was hours before, hours after. But totally worth every fucking moment. Hey, totally worth it.
I need the list of humans that you had for pack up and for setup.
Gosh, I don't even remember who it was, because it was earlier this year. It would have been all the ignition crew that was there, and then just all of the people that came, that paid money to come, stayed and helped clean up at the end. Yeah, just everybody was just phenomenal. One big thing is they're going to be smaller workshops, because having as many people as we had last time, it was a lot. So they're going to be more frequent, just less people, less couples, just so we've got a bit more space to play around with. But no, it was just such a good workshop. And then we did a lot of workshops this year. Like Mr. H and I did. Like I didn't run as many workshops as what I would have liked to have run, but we attended a lot of workshops. I attended a lot of workshops. We attended a lot of workshops together. And that was great. It was nice to be on the other side of the like being the learner rather than being the teacher. So we had our wonderful Kana, Ru, Akeshi Kana and Kugura come over from Japan, and they just did a tour of Australia teaching Kana-Ru style of rope, and that was phenomenal. I have never laughed so hard in a workshop and learnt so much in a workshop. Our tying is just gone from like here to like out fucking space, like just what we learned was just so wonderful, and meeting them, and they're just oh my god, they're so lovely. And then we did some with Sparks, who is Akeshi Kana's deshi, so he's allowed to teach Kana-Ru style rope. So we did a bunch of workshops with him this year, and we did fire play workshops. I did obviously sat for 3 days with you guys at Nightfall. Yeah, workshops.
It's really great to hear about how happy you are. Like I'm really loving seeing you with such a beautiful smile on your face, and I love hearing about your journey and that you are having a good time and that you're learning. And more than anything, I love hearing about how creativity is being shared internationally. It's really special.
It's so wonderful.
It's just great to spend time with you. I love seeing you, Chaos Gremlin, and hearing you giggle.
We're gonna have to list that as our Fet Life relationship, Chaos Gremlin, to you.
I'm in.
Yes,
I totally accept that.
I'm excited for your workshop that's coming up, your stencils workshop.
I've got the coolest stuff.
I saw that.
I've made these like worksheets so that you can go from like zero to hero, and like a whole bunch of stuff, and also that you can learn to design at the same time.
So I was like, I really want to like do because I've been stabbing for a bit now since the first Rob, and I'm like, I think I might be ready to start, looking into stencils. And then found Needle Playground and Dear Caroline, and been chatting with them, and they gave me a great starter set, so I bought my first stencils from there, and then I got the invite for yours, and I was like, It's meant to be. And then I'm like,
It's meant
smash that,
to
add to
be.
cart. So I've got my ticket. I think
Yeah.
I'm pet sitting when you're doing that. So I won't be at home. I'll be at a different house, but I will be there. And it will be like 12:08. It will be midnight to whatever time you finish, but I will be there
I will
for
definitely give
you.
you a shout out, and I will have to
I'm
make
gonna be there. But yes,
specific
I'm so
skin.
excited for that. It's like just to level up my needles to the next sort of next bit. So I was lucky enough to do my first topping of needles over the weekend
Ooh,
on a very, very wonderful dear friend of mine who's been doing needle topping for quite some time. And she kindly bottomed for me, and it was wonderful, and we had a great experience. And then I also tried staples for the first time. And
I
now
ripped
I'm like,
I ripped staples out of somebody's feet. That
oh, I
is
want to try that so bad. I just did it in my thigh. I just did two. They did one on me and I did one, and then they took them out, and I was like, right, gotta get some for those now. I'm
if
curious
you
to try that. Yeah,
if
on
you
the
take a
feet. I'm just
piece
looking
of
at my
ribbon
feet now.
if you take a piece of ribbon and you tie the ribbon around the staple and then you hold it quite tightly and you give it a yank, it is
Mm.
beautiful. It is so beautiful. And if you do a couple of pieces of ribbon, you can do them in succession like a zipper. It
Oh,
is so
yes. I think I did sit in on the,
amazing.
wasn't there a zipper
Yes.
workshop? Yes, I sat in on that one. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Because that's where I found out that I wanted to try them, and then happened to be at an event and someone had some, and I was like, "Me, please." And I was like, uh-oh, got a new thing. Yay.
Yeah, staples unfortunately are just fucking expensive here. So they're just ridiculously expensive for the 35 that you get in a pack. They're like,
Well,
yeah.
after we finish recording, I'll tell you where the person gets theirs from, because they're
And
not that
guys,
expensive. But
Meebs,
I also don't.
I love chatting to you. It's been great to spend some time with you again. I can't wait to get back
Yes.
to another class. You're just an
Yes.
incredible human. Thanks for
It will be
supporting us.
called The Art of Bastinado.
The
Because
art
I
of
was like,
that.
The Art of Bastinado. Because it really is a beautiful, it's art. It really is. It's so lovely. I'm
Yeah.
going to depress everybody and then I'm going to make you all happy. So, and there will be a demo on me.
We live
And
for your demos.
Mr. H will do it this time round. And we will probably throw in some ropey toe ropes
Nice.
because we can't not throw in some. And I also will be, for science, vampire paddle on the feet.
I'm in it. I have
You've
to see
heard it
that.
here first, folks.
Do
It's
you
gonna
think we could
happen.
use a needle paddle on somebody's feet?
Oh my god! I actually saw someone do needles on their feet. Someone posted a picture of needles on their feet. They put needles on someone's feet, and I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that.
You put them
Just so
between
many.
their toes. It's
Ooh,
amazing.
ooh.
It's amazing. It's
I'm curious
amazing.
about the needle paddle on the I'm not sure about on the feet. I think we'll do it on the thighs first.
On the thighs, it's just beautiful. It's just
Yes, we'll do
beautiful.
on the
It's
thighs first.
so
But
beautiful.
yes, there will be a vampire toy used on the feet for science. We've got to. For science, we've got to.
I totally support this action and I'm in it. And to all my listeners, guys, you better get your tickets, better get your life sorted out. We are brewing
Get
some
your ticket.
incredible classes for 2025, and
Yep.
we can't wait to spend time with you. Thank you all for your support and for the messages that we get from you. We love hearing from you. So keep them coming. If you need a scholarship, please reach out to us. We want education to be for everybody. We hope you're having an amazing kinky December, and we can't wait to be back with you from my dungeon in a very hot, not as hot as Australia, but a
Not as
super
hot as
hot,
Australia.
not as hot as Australia. Meebs is
I'm
dying,
dying.
dying in a little
Dying.
corner of hell at the moment.
And I have the air conditioner on. Yes, no.
At least you're equipped with an air conditioner. We don't even have things like that in our, like we're just not equipped. Anyway, from
I would
my
die.
dungeon, Cape Town. Nah, I am. You get to learn to live in the dark. From my dungeon in sunny Cape Town to you wherever you are, lots of love and kitten kisses.
Bye.